My name is Deepika Ramesh. It is April 28th, 2021, and I'm interviewing Donna Harris. Hi, Donna. Can you tell us a little bit about where you're from?
I am from Dallas, Texas. Harris is not my maiden name. My real name is actually Donna Michelle Vasquez Harris. And but I've been going by Harris since 1996. No, 1986. So it's my stage name.
Okay. And how did you become an artist, and what does art mean to you?
Well, I've been an artist probably all of my life, in one capacity or another, whether when I was a little girl, obviously children are so exposed to art, and then they kind of lose that over time. Things become more important. But as a child, I preferred actually building my own doll houses as opposed to playing with the ones that I was bought, my Barbie house or whatever other little mansion I was given. I always loved carving my own boxes and designing my own furniture and wallpapering the walls with wrapping paper. So, to be honest, it took me a very long time for me to call myself an artist. I would always just call myself a crafter or a creative person, although now creative is kind of the buzzword. So it just kind of, I've never really did formal art. My degree is not in art, it's in social science, and I have a passion for community. And so I just managed to do everything that I did for my community, for my children, and just incorporate so much art and creative things into that. And eventually I ended up remodeling homes for about 30 years. And I was able to use all those skills making doll houses, making it real and creating new homes, new design, new floor plans, new plumbing, whether it's, to me, that's a creative process too, redesigning plumbing and electrical. And so I also took photos, started taking photos. I had a media blog years ago that I started in 2001. And so I had to take my own photos because I couldn't really afford a photographer. And so I learned photography. And so I have like 10,000 photographs I'm trying to get through now. And so I consider myself a fine art photographer. And then I've recently started painting. So during the pandemic, since we had so much time alone, and so I'm kind of tapping that into myself. And art means just living to me. There's just a beauty to living that is so artistic. I just see art in everything.
How would you describe your artistic style?
Very candid. As far as my photography, I specialize in candid photography. I prefer to take photos of things, places I am in the moment, people I love, just really life. So a lot of my photos are grayscale. They are black and white. There are certain subject matters that I love to shoot. And as far as my painting, that is kind of a new thing. So I'm kind of moving into contemporary, but abstract and contemporary, I would say.
What can you tell us about your artistic process?
Well, I shoot from the hip. I'd say that pretty much sums it up.
Okay. And what themes or ideas do you explore through your art?
Definitely social science. Like I said, I was a social science major, and the study of cultures and subcultures is a real passion for me. Again, community, people in everyday life. So I do shoot just real life. I do a lot of shooting of real life.
Do you think that Judaism influences your work?
Tremendously. If you look at my work or I talk you through something I'm working on, the spiritual qualities are there, I believe. And in a lot of my photographs, I feel like represent a repair of the world or a repair of the world in process. So I think it very much influences how I shoot and paint.
Yeah. Since the theme of the exhibit is color, how would you describe the way you use color in your work?
Well, like I said, for my photographs, primarily they're grayscale. And because I do like to shoot, when I'm shooting candid of people that I don't know and just shooting them in the moment, I really do like the grayscale. It just has a deeper, there's such depth to it. I can't explain to me that shows more about the photo and more about really the people. It does, the color kind of takes away from that for me. Now I do shoot in color also when I'm shooting fun things, but you know, or if the color is very meaningful, if I'm like on a reservation, for example, if I'm shooting Native American, you know, Pueblo reservation or whatever, I do incorporate, obviously use color because the color is so vibrant and the sky is so vibrant and the subject matter is so deep. The color is very profound.
What can you tell us about the pieces you will be sharing at Tzva'im?
I'm not quite sure because I just found out about this exhibit and I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm going to be showing yet. I think I'm limited to 2 pieces. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I wish I could answer that question, but I'm not there yet.
Okay, that's fine. And our last question is, what is something you want viewers to know or take away from your artwork?
Well, I think that every Jew has a different background, different style, different experience. And I am Hispanic also. And so my family is very, has a Sephardic background and a Catholic background. And so how I shoot is maybe a different perspective than somebody else. And so I just want people to know that we all come from a different place. We all come from a different lifestyle, and all of our experiences are different. And so when you're looking at Jewish art, you can't just say, oh yeah, that's an art by a Jew, or, you know, because of their religion or it just seems strange. So it's, to me, you're just looking at the artwork of a person, to me, who happens to be Jewish, who happens to incorporate their spirituality into their artwork. But our artwork is certainly not going to look the same because we simply don't have all the same background.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Donna.
Thank you.